Well, the 1966 race made it appear that future 500s would be all English benefits, both in terms of drivers and cars. Longtime Indianapolis veterans Andy Granatelli and his brother Vince had a brilliant idea to end-run the entire field. A long-known but little-used rule permitted turbines at Indianapolis, and the Granatellis figured it was the key to victory. Turbines have been tried several times before, but in poor chassis setups, and the Granatellis hired Englishman Ken Wallace to design a whole new car around a Pratt & Whitney ST6 helicopter engine. It weighed 260 pounds and developed a dead-reliable 550 horsepower when hooked to an English Ferguson-designed four-wheel drive system. Fearing that the track officials would ban the car if they felt it was too fast, Granatelli instructed his driver, superstar Parnelli Jones, to sandbag in qualifying. He did, quietly starting 6th, but easily taking command of the race, despite a day's delay for rain. The car, called Silent Sam, was absolutely unbeatable and had an effortless full-lap lead over A.J. Foyt when a $6 gearbox bearing failed and sidelined the car 4 laps from the end. Foyt then maneuvered to a last-lap, final turn, 5-car ruckus to win his 3rd 500.
And from all racing circuits, 63 of the top racing drivers have come to Indianapolis in the month of May to challenge this 56-year-old race course. Only the 33 fastest will make up the starting field for this 500-mile race on May 30th. In 1911, top speed was 75 miles per hour. In 1967, they're reaching for 170. Indianapolis Motor Speedway is a testing ground not only of men, but also of equipment. The most controversial car in 1967 was the turbine-powered entry, number 40. When practice was over, everybody, including Parnelli Jones, its driver, wondered how well the turbine would do in qualifications. The car that some say isn't a car is the latest and perhaps the most revolutionary innovation to come to Indianapolis. Powered by a 250-pound Pratt & Whitney turboprop engine, it develops over 500 horsepower and is equipped with perfect circle turbine blades.
075. Let's hear from him. Well, actually, I had to take it a little soft on the gearbox because we tore out a gearbox this morning, and we certainly wanted to qualify today. So
for an experimental car to qualify as well as it did is a tremendous tribute to engineering skill and know-how. Mario Andretti has been the man to beat in qualifications for the past 2 years. The fantastic performance of his Ford-powered Hawk has been the talk of the car-loving world. Can Mario Andretti break his own records? Can he reach 170 miles per hour? 250,000 fans are on hand as Mario pulls out for his qualification attempt. Again this year, Andretti smashed every Speedway qualification record and almost shattered the 170-mile-per-hour barrier, turning 1 lap at 169.779 and 4 laps at an average speed of 168.982. Mario Andretti was on the pole for the 2nd year in a row. A.J. Foyt, the Texas Tornado, came to Indianapolis with 4 Ford-powered Coyotes. He said to potential teammates, "Follow me. I'll show you the way around." He lost 2 cars that way. It is estimated that the cost of bringing a car to Indianapolis is more than $100,000. But A.J. Foyt is even tougher on himself than on anybody else. If he can help it, he won't settle for second best. If something is wrong, he'll fix it himself. Parnelli Jones and A.J. Foyt have been the superstars of American automobile racing until challenged by Mario Andretti. Joe Leonard qualified the two remaining Coyotes at better than 166 miles an hour to earn 4th and 5th starting positions in the second row. Joe Leonard and his boss, A.J. Foyt, were satisfied with speeds that put them in the top 6. 4 times in the last 5 years, the winner has started from the first 2 rows. 63 attempts were made in 2 weekends of qualifications. Just beautiful was the word flashed to Roger McCluskey. He's happy to join the elite for the 6th time. The Unser brothers, Bobby and Al, qualified in the 8th and 9th starting positions. Up to the last minute of the last day of qualifications, the struggle to get in the race goes on. After 2 weekends of time trials, the fastest field in Indianapolis Motor Speedway history is chosen. Qualifications are over on May 21st. There's more than a week between time trials and the 500. With the traditional starting words, the main event, the 51st 500, got underway on Memorial Day, May 30th, at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. After a sun-drenched weekend at Raceway Park, the 500-mile classic began with threats of rain. The question now for the 300,000 fans, can Parnelli Jones in the turbo car make it 2 in a row? Great start, especially for Parnelli Jones. Swinging outside on the first turn, he moved from 6th to 2nd place. Out of the second turn, he slipped inside Andretti to take 1st place and stayed in front, unchallenged, for the next 18 laps.
The design of the car being a 4-wheel drive fits the turbine engine quite well because of the fantastic torque coming off the corners. It really gives you tremendous acceleration.
And then it rained. The race was interrupted and the cars flagged to a stop. If the skies were to clear and the track dry off and enough daylight remain, they would run again. If not, the race would continue on the first clear day. After 5 hours of a steady downpour, the Indianapolis 500, for the first time since 1916, was postponed.
That sunshine moved down in here on the Indianapolis 500. 18 laps completed yesterday.
I'm quite excited. I do think that I have a terrific car, and if it holds together, I think that we just might wind up in front.
And it's time now for those important words from Mr. Homer. Gentlemen, restart your engines.
Single file this time. The pace car leads the 32-car field out of the 4th turn in the order that they stopped when the race was interrupted. They're on their way on lap 19. Parnelli Jones whooshes out in front. Dan Gurney is in 2nd. A.J. Foyt moves into 3rd. Falling back already.
This is the 19th lap of the race. 18th completed yesterday, and there is Jones. All right. With a clear track ahead of him. Gurney is 2nd, Foyt is 3rd.
On to lap 20, and everybody's charging.
The unofficial speed on lap number 19, 158.4 miles an hour.
reigning champion is in the pits. Parnelli Jones heads down the straightaway in the lead. Dan Gurney is in second. A.J. Foyt is third. Graham Hill's race is over. Roger McCluskey in number 12 is making his move, and the pack passes Jim Clark. Clark has blown his engine. McCluskey has moved from 22nd to 4th, and the battle is now for 5th place. 16 passes 5. 5 passes 16. Clark and Hill watch as Parnelli laps into the field. Look out! Leroy Yarbrough spins and almost takes Parnelli Jones with him. Gurney slips into the lead, and Jones in number 40 recovers to hold second place. What driving! Caution flag. Will he have to pit? No, he's all right. Dan Gurney is out in front by 10 seconds. Jones takes off after Gurney at a 165-mile-an-hour pace. Foyt holds third, 6 seconds behind Jones. Gurney pits, and Parnelli takes back the lead. It's the end of the road for Dan Gurney. Jones stretches his lead as Foyt gets boxed in. Trouble on the second turn. Mario Andretti grinds into the infield on 3 wheels.
Seems like the only kicks I get here are qualifying.
On the straightaway, A.J. Foyt roars into first place. Parnelli Jones brings a turbo car in for its first scheduled pit stop. Foyt hustles to build a lead. He'll have to pit soon. Jones tears out of the pits, ripping his fuel lines. In his number 14 Coyote has an 18-second advantage. Here comes Foyt. Jones is closing the gap. Williams, Bythe, and Grant tangle on the third turn. It's Foyt's turn to take on fuel. Can he get out before Parnelli comes around? 5 seconds. 10 seconds. 15 seconds. There's Parnelli whistling down the straightaway into first place. Foyt's crew does a fantastic job. But when Foyt charges out, he's 10 seconds behind the front runner. Spin on the main straightaway. Wally Dallenbach hits the wall right in front of his own pit. Scrambles to safety, a little shaken up, but he's unhurt. The car won't race anymore today. The yellow flag is out, and Cale Yarbrough loses it on the caution. Is he all right? He stays in the car as the field bears down on him. 1, 2, cars get by. Cale Yarborough hops out of the car and climbs the wall. Anything can happen with a car on the track, and it does. Number 26 and 67 plow into the infield, trying to get around the stalled car. The track is cleared. And they're racing. Parnelli Jones is pulling away from A.J. Foyt. Lloyd Ruby replaced George Snyder in the race. It's been a rough 500 for both Ruby and Leroy Yarborough. This is a 500-mile race, and you can't win if you don't finish. Not only do you have to run hard, but you also have to run long. After a great and early charge that carried him all the way to third place, Roger McCluskey is through for the day. It doesn't always make it easier to know that you've done the best you can. Jackie Stewart, the jovial Scot, just parks his car and walks away. Tingelstad substitutes manpower for horsepower. Parnelli Jones has a 37-second lead over A.J. Foyt. Foyt is in the first turn. Jones in the fourth. Only a straightaway separates the two cars. More trouble. Cale Yarborough gets out of shape again and takes Mel Kenyon with him. Parnelli Jones, 50 seconds, almost a lap lead over A.J. Foyt. Gordon Johncock, but he's away from the traffic and all right. A.J. Foyt is only 5 seconds away from being lapped by Parnelli Jones. The closer you get to the checker, the tougher it is to give it up.
196 laps complete now. 196 laps by the leader, Parnelli Jones. 4 more times around for the former.
Mrs. Andy Granatelli and friends make their way to victory lane. But for Andy and the crew, the race isn't over until the checkered flag. Less than 4 minutes away.
We understand Parnelli Jones is coasting, coming around the number 4 turn. Parnelli Jones is coasting to a stop, coming around the number 4 turn. Parnelli Jones is coasting, coming down out of the number 4 turn. Now, his crew running up after him. With just 4 laps to go, there'll be A.J. Foyt moving into the lead. A.J. Foyt will go into the lead. A.J. Foyt has now taken the lead, and Parnelli Jones in the pit area. That's one heartbreak for Parnelli Jones and his name. What a joyous moment for A.J. Foyt.
The high torque and acceleration, the very thing that gave the turbo car its edge, ground up the reduction gearing.
A tough break for the 1963 champion Parnelli Jones, who appeared to have this one locked up today. Just 4 laps from victory. Heartbreak indeed for the 1963 champion. Foyt should be moving into the number 4 turn now. There he is. There he is. And a speedway in front of him. A speedway in front of him. And 1, 2, 3 tires involved. And where is A.J. Foyt? Did he get through? Did he get through? Did he get through? There he is! There he is!
debris on the track, the race is stopped. But it's official for A.J. Foyt, who's on his way to Victory Circle. At 32 years of age, A.J.'s become the fourth three-time winner in Speedway history, setting a new 500 record in his perfect circle-equipped Coyote. Of the 32-car starting field this second day, only 6 were still running at the finish. 5 rear-engine Fords and 1 rear-engine Offie. And all 6 were equipped with perfect circle piston rings and other Dana products.
Realizing that turbines would totally obsolete all internal combustion engines in the race, the United States Auto Club by 1969 had clamped so many restrictions on their size and fuel intake that they became non-competitive. But Silent Sam made big noise while it was still around.